Leaker Tom Henderson is back with more Battlefield 2042 free-to-play rumors, Warzone's QA team ended their strike, Valve made a big Steam Deck announcement, and much more on Today in Gaming. Hey guys, LevelCap here, and Battlefield Portal might be going free-to-play. Leaker Tom Henderson released a video clarifying his recent tweet regarding a potential free-to-play change for Battlefield 2042. He claims that certain people at EA and DICE are most likely considering releasing Portal as a free-to-play experience. In August last year, EA CEO Andrew Wilson said that Battlefield 2042's live service would eventually include free-to-enter components. The following November, he clarified that free-to-play makes sense for the franchise but isn't the focus right now. Tom claims that Wilson's August quote referenced Hazard Zone. He says at some point between Wilson's first statement and the later one, EA and DICE decided Hazard Zone lacked the depth to convert free-to-play customers into paying ones. Based on that decision, they likely canceled the plan to offer Hazard Zone for free. According to Tom, the mode currently only has a few hundred active players. He says 2042 has roughly 40 to 50,000 active players across all platforms. Tom also clarified that making Portal free-to-play isn't a move by DICE to quickly boost player counts. He didn't say what their intention actually is, but it's presumably to offer more value out of the 2042 experience for more players. He also says the devs are making good progress towards fixing the game, but that the marketing and communication teams aren't doing a great job about talking about that progress. As for why DICE are considering making Portal free-to-play now, Tom's original tweet says that EA are very disappointed by Battlefield 2042's performance. Making Portal or other parts of the game free-to-play doesn't exactly address what players have been critical about though. The most significant issues players are frustrated by are missing features, lack of content, map design, and balance. And while custom Portal servers could potentially address many of 2042's problems, making the mode free-to-play isn't going to solve the fact that the tools have already existed and that players are not utilizing them. Whether that's because Portal has restricted XP, lacks persistent servers, or players just don't feel obligated to take matters into their own hands is tough to say. One thing to keep in mind is that all of this information again is rumor. It's coming from Tom Henderson, and whether or not it's accurate, it's best to treat it all as speculation until proven otherwise. But that's where I hand it off to you guys. Do you think Portal going free to play would encourage players to utilize the Portal mode more? Would it help the overall value of Battlefield 2042? Or does it seem like a last-ditch effort to attract new players? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Good things might be on the horizon for Call of Duty Warzone. All QA testers at Raven Software, the studio managing Warzone, have been striking for several weeks following a big wave of layoffs in their department. And last week they announced the formation of a union, and part of that process is ending the strike while they wait for Activision Blizzard to recognize the union officially. In other words, the strike is over for the time being. Activision recently delayed Call of Duty Vanguard and Warzone's second season of content so the developers could fix major issues with both titles. The QA staff being laid off and subsequently going on strike is widely believed to be the root cause of these issues. Major bugs can slip through the cracks without experienced QA staff familiar with the game handling testing. Raven's QA team has been with the company for years. In the absence of their expertise, it's no surprise that the state of Warzone has rapidly declined. Unionizing and ending the strike could mean QA testers are back in the office to sort the game out. Dark Souls developer From Software might have a major problem on their hands. Players of the beloved franchise recently discovered a remote code execution exploit that affects PvP servers for all Dark Souls titles and potentially From's upcoming open world title, Elden Ring. Considering that game is currently the most wishlisted game on Steam, this exploit is a pretty big deal. It essentially allows hackers to run their own code on your PC when the two of you are connected in a PvP instance. They can do all sorts of nefarious stuff with this level of access. It's so severe that From just took the entire Dark Souls franchise offline to investigate the exploit. PvP isn't the biggest focus of Dark Souls games, but it's an integral part of the experience and popular with dedicated fans. Elden Ring also places a much bigger emphasis on co-op and PvP gameplay, so an exploit like this could be particularly devastating. Hopefully the devs can sort the problem out quickly. Elden Ring launches on February 25th, giving them about a month to fix the exploit. Valve announced improved easy anti-cheat support for their upcoming portable console, the Steam Deck. They say support for the Steam Deck's Linux-based OS is a simple process. Developers don't need to update their SDK version or invest a ton of time working on support. Recently, some studios revealed there are two versions of easy anti-cheat, one specifically built for the Epic Game Store and another made for all PC platforms. Supporting the Epic Game Store version is apparently very easy, but getting the universal version working requires much more effort. Valve's announcement says that easy anti-cheat support has been added to Proton, their translation layer running for Windows games on Linux. They say that developers can download Easy Anti-Cheat Linux library and publish a game update that includes that library. Proton will handle the rest. That said, it's probably not quite as simple as Valve are making it out to be. Anti-cheat can be very complex and nothing is ever drag and drop in game development. But it's good to see Valve are adding support for Easy Anti-Cheat to Proton. Eventually, this could mean that any Easy Anti-Cheat title will run on Steam Deck. Ubisoft are ending post-launch updates for Watch Dogs Legion. The game launched in late 2020 and received a full year of content updates adding new modes, a story expansion, a standalone zombies experience, and more. It's tough to say if the devs had any plans for more content beyond the first year, but it seems somewhat likely considering Assassin's Creed Valhalla is getting a second year of content updates. Legion wasn't exactly a smash hit and got lukewarm reviews at launch. By contrast, Valhalla has been widely praised as one of the best modern titles in the Assassin's Creed franchise. It's tough to say what more they could have added to Legion aside from additional multiplayer modes. What's already available for the game amounts to dozens of hours of post-launch content. Seasons 3, 4, and 5 will cycle through availability until Legion servers eventually go offline. Halo Infinite's second season will let players earn in-game credits through gameplay. These credits are currently used to buy paid cosmetics like armor sets. Pricing of this content has been a massive point of contention for players. The Battle Pass grind has been heavily scrutinized. 343 are slowly rolling out key changes that address these issues. They recently reduced store pricing and are looking at further tweaks to how items are bundled or earned. Unfortunately, it's not all good news for Infinite. Server issues have been an ongoing problem for the game's latest update. These issues temporarily knock the game offline and cause disconnects that cost players their active XP boost. These boosts have a countdown that expires in real time, not just time spent in the game. So if the servers go down while you have one activated, it'll get used up so you can't play. 343 says they can't give or replace lost XP boosts, so if you lost yours, well, unfortunately, it's gone for good. Sony released a new trailer for the upcoming Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. It bundles remasters of Uncharted for the Lost Legacy together for the PlayStation 5. The collection launches next week and PC version is launching later this year. The new trailer showcases more of the remaster's visuals. Uncharted has always pushed console hardware to the absolute limit, so it's no surprise that the remasters look stunning. They offer a native 4K mode running at 30 FPS, a performance mode that targets 60 FPS with dynamic resolution scaling, and a 1080p 120 FPS performance mode. The PC version will likely run at 4K 60 FPS on the appropriate hardware. Before we get to our final story today, let us know what you think about Battlefield 2042 going free to play. I'll be posting an opinion video of the situation tomorrow, so if you're curious to hear what I think, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications to catch that video. A major exploit has been discovered in Apex Legends. It lets you shoot while using both Wraith's tactical and ultimate abilities. Normally, these abilities prevent you from using your weapon. Her tactical lets her run in a void that makes her partially invisible and immune from damage. Her ultimate is a portal teleporter that also makes the user invisible and invulnerable. The exploit lets you draw your weapon and shoot other players. It also works in all modes. The silver lining is that you can't do much damage without using the exploit. Hopefully, Respawn can iron out this exploit quickly. And that wraps it up for today in gaming. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.